My name is Rosita Fernandez, and today I'll be talking about the importance of prioritizing mental health. And this is my audience. Imagine if you couldn't escape the weight of your own darkest thoughts to the point it's consuming and isolating you. This is the reality for many who struggle with mental health issues. According to a study done by collegetransitions.com, about 77% of students experience some kind of psychological distress. As someone who is part of the 77% and has seen some negative effects affect me in many different types of ways, I believe that it is important to prioritize mental health. As college students, we are all learning about ourselves and are often guided through many inner challenges that will impact our personality, so we need to prioritize our mental health in order to navigate through life efficiently. Prioritizing mental health is crucial for college students to manage the pressures of higher education, foster meaningful relationships, and develop a higher sense of confidence. This is important because as college students, we need to be ready to create a more positive impact on the world. By prioritizing mental health, we are taking ethical obligations, economic and social necessities in order to create a more inclusive, supportive, and compassionate society. Today we'll talk about the prevalence of mental health, the impact of mental health on academic performance, and implementing mental health support in schools and around Waco, Texas. But first, talk about the prevalence of mental health. Rising rates of anxiety and depression have been increasing. According to a study done by American College Health Association, anxiety and depression are most common among college students. The reports are among 60% of students who are feeling overwhelmed, 40% who are feeling helpless just in this past year alone. This is important because the high rates of anxiety and depression among students are impacting their mental health. Their feelings will then also create dark thoughts and mindsets that will impact college students in various negative ways. Increased stress and pressures in order to succeed are something that impacts college students in many negative ways and it will impact their mental health. College students face many academic pressures and financial stress that will lead to a storm of depression and anxiety. This can lead to burnouts, decreased motivation, and increased academic pressures. The National Institute of Health reports that academic stress can cause eating disorders. Those eating disorders can then lead to a decrease in social life and relationships. Students who have higher stress have suicidal thoughts or even commit suicide. It is important for students that we take action in our mental health in order to prevent the dark thoughts from consuming us as a whole and leading us to a world of isolation. So first I talked to you about the prevalence of mental health. Now I will talk to you about the impact on mental health on academic performance. The impact of mental health on academic performance reduces cognitive functions and focus. Mental health issues like depression and anxiety can impact one's cognitive functions in negative ways, such as making it harder to concentrate, remember information, and complete assignments. This will then lead to lower grades and a feeling of underachievement for students. This is important because students may feel as failures, which then leads to darker thoughts, and that will impact their mental health in various negative ways. Their mental health, according to another study done, increased dropout rates have been a cause of mental health and lowering. Students that are struggling with mental health are more likely to miss class, skip assignments, and even drop out altogether. This will lead to a decrease in academic performance that will enhance the stress that students are already experiencing. 6 in 10 students are struggling with mental health was a statement made by intelligent.com. The statement is important because mental health issues can become overwhelming, making it difficult for students to manage their academic responsibilities. Finally, I will talk to you about implementing mental health support in schools and in Waco. The importance of implementing mental health support is because it will create a mental health friendly environment. Schools can foster a supportive environment by promoting mental health. This can start with encouraging open conversations about mental well-being and creating a safe place for students to share their concerns. According to a study done by youth.gov, it states that students who are mentally healthy are more likely to go to school and engage in their learning. This is important because students who engage in their learning are more likely to have less academic stress and pressures, leading to a happier environment. Having a profound impact on the well-being of a community fosters a culture of support and understanding. We can encourage open conversation among a community, leading to improved mental health outcomes increase resilience, and have a better quality of life. In Waco, Texas, there are workers who are available to call and email for those who are struggling with mental health. Having people who you can be heard of will prevent your mental health from becoming worse. We're now starting to wrap up the importance of prioritizing mental health. My 3 main points were the prevalence of mental health, the impact of mental health on academic performance, and implementing mental health support in schools and in Waco. Let's all work together to break the silence surrounding mental health. By using our voices and being more open about mental health, we can help those who are struggling find peace from their darkest thoughts and empower them to face their challenges with courage and resilience. Now we'll be moving on to the questions segment.
What are some ways that we can prioritize mental health?
We can prioritize mental health will be by including self-care, therapy, exercise, and sleep. Also by having a better time management skills and having self-compassion. Moving on to the next question.
Does mental health affect other people besides college students?
Mental health is not only a subject to college students, it's a subject to elementary, preschoolers, and college students, and those of higher education, or those who are not just anybody in general. Moving on to the third question.
What are some benefits for college students who prioritize mental health?
Benefits to college students who prioritize mental health include reducing loneliness and isolation, manage stress and anxiety, improve relationships, and better academic performance. And it also improves physical health. Now that we are finally at the end of the presentation, we will now have everybody wave back.